Recording. All right, great. Recording in progress. All right, so the value of the web and its multitude of tools is in our ability to leverage them to communicate and create relationships more efficiently and sometimes even more effectively. Okay, so what we want to do is use the internet, we want to use the web to now develop relationships. Okay, and that means you're going to get people following you rather than you following them. Remember my um our chart from last week dealt with the old school way of doing what we are doing called network marketing versus digital network marketing. So we're going to deal with the difference between the old school way and the digital marketing. So we're going to change from old school trying to run after people to new school let people run after us. Okay? Will save us a whole lot of time and everything. Now, what we do know is that we will go to or have a meeting, have somebody on a Zoom meeting, have somebody in a home meeting, whatever, and we share this with them in the old school way, and that's how we will get them to the meeting. Once we get them to the meeting, a lot of times they will go to this new way of digital marketing. In the case of us, they'll go and start Googling us. Okay, rather than we bringing them through Google, bring them through social media, they will go and try to Google us and find out what is this thing all about, and they'll do their research. And when they go to the web and start doing their research, they'll Google your company name and they're looking for negativity. That's what they're looking for. One of the best things about LifeWave, there isn't a lot of negativity out there. There is, I found one guy after in this whole time that I've been that had something negative to say, and but I haven't found anybody else. Most of the stuff that's out there is positive. They want to see if it's a scam. They want to find something against you or your upline. They want to find something if they can. They may see ads online from another network marketing opportunity and become a lead for that person. So they may find something else. They might see something else and say, I prefer this more. Or they may discover that their friend or their neighbor or somebody, they may see an ad from them out there and say, I didn't know they were in it, and I would prefer doing work with them. So that's the old school way that they will leave the meeting and start doing research against us and trying to figure out who are we, why are we, and all of those kind of things. So what we want to do is we want to get in front of all of that, and we want to make sure that we get them through these mediums. And if we get them through these mediums, we won't have to worry about them doing a lot of that kind of research. So our new school way, guys, listen to this quote. Listen to this quote. Nobody who brought a drill actually wanted a drill. They wanted a hole. Therefore, if you want to sell drills, you should advertise information about making holes, not about drills. Think about that.
Wow. Makes a
Think
lot of
about that.
sense.
Think about that. No one wanted to, no, nobody wanted a drill. They wanted a hole. You see that? So that's the way we have to think. We have to think about what do they really want, not what we're offering them. What do they really want? Okay. Now, new school way again. This essentially is the secret to marketing online. 92% of people who go online are looking for information, not looking to buy. You must keep that in mind. They're looking for information. That's what I be looking for most of the time when I'm on. Even if you ultimately intend to buy something, start a business or join an opportunity, it is reasonable to assume that they will be doing some research online. And what if you could get in front of them as they do that and provide them with a solution based on what they are looking for? Okay. So when people are going online, they're looking to find out, they're trying to figure out something that they need. Um, YouTube is the second largest search engine, owned by the number one search engine, which is Google. Okay. Now, there are a lot of things that are coming online and have just started coming online recently that is going to really be taking market share or try to take market share from Google and YouTube. Okay. But right now, those are the two. Again, when I'm searching for something, and I've told many of you the same thing, when you have an issue or problem, look on YouTube. It's usually there. The information you need is usually there. Okay. So use that same mindset to help people um, find you, provide for them the solution they're looking for before they look for it. Okay. So if they seek information, and you provide them information related to what they seek, you provide value and not a sales pitch. You are building trust. You are building trust. So, what you want your audience to do is to begin to trust you. You need them to trust you. By the way, I sent each of you a document today in your email. I hope you've seen that and downloaded it. Okay. You have an email from me. You need to, if you have not looked at that, you need to download and look at, pull up that document. Okay. All right. Watch. If you sell drills, the best way to get them to buy your drill or your service, whatever it is to give them information on how to drill the hole they want, i.e., meet their need. The whole issue is meet their need. And in this document I have from Attraction Marketing, they talk about Oprah. Look at Oprah. Her influence is so great that people buy any product she recommends. Not because of the quality of the product necessarily, but simply because she has recommended it. And the reason why they can do that is this reason. Oprah helps people solve problems in their lives, and sometimes it involves a product, but they buy it because she speaks to people's problems first. Okay? She speaks to people's problems first. That's what you got to be thinking about. What problem can I solve? What need do they have? I got to speak to that. And I've got to continually speak to that boldly. Okay. All right. Is everybody good with me?
Yep.
Good. So Oprah helps people solve problems in their lives, and sometimes it involves products, like I said, but they don't buy because but because she speaks to people's problems. They buy because she speaks to people's problems, and that's what she was doing in all of her shows, speaking to people's problems. So when she said, "Read this book on The Secret," for one, I can remember her promoting the book, The Secret. The book flew off the shelves. Barnes and Nobles, or none of them could keep the book in stock. Why? Because Oprah said this is the book you should read. And she interviewed the guy that wrote the book. Now, the thing fizzled out, but by the way, The Secret had been around long before Oprah brought the guy on the show, long before she said it. And then she saw how significant it was, and she went to the book of the month. And she started promoting a book every month. And every book she promoted, it went through the roof. Okay, why? Not because of the book necessarily, because people didn't know what was in the book. They trusted that Oprah had read the book, and so Oprah was helping them solve their problems. So on every platform you're dealing with, that's what you have to do. You got to make sure that you're solving their problems. Okay, whatever area you're dealing in, their problem is your primary mindset. Okay. All right. So here's how the wealth formula works. First, your idea. You got to have that idea. That's that light bulb. That idea of what are you going to talk about? What is your niche? Um, what area is it that you're going to focus on? Now, as I told you, and you see my background, I'm branded around Faith Infusion. Okay. Get ready to expand Faith Infusion even further. And why did I choose Faith Infusion? Because I got so many different things that people would say, well, you could have done prayer, or you could have done men, you could have done women, you could have done, come on, as many as you guys know, all of the different things that are in my hand and all the different places that I minister and speak, you could have done city reaching and all of that. Well, none of those, and all of them were good, but they were not broad enough for me. And faith, when Jesus said, will I find faith when I return? That made it broad for me. That everybody need to be functioning in faith when Jesus returned. He didn't say, will they be fasting? Will they be praying? Will they be giving? Will they be in service? No, none of that. Will I find faith? And I realized that the faith message had been hijacked about getting stuff, not about becoming somebody. So the twist on Faith Infusion is just to become somebody. So there are a lot of people that have a lot of issues because of fear. So faith is the opposite of fear. So my audience are people that are fearful in any area of life. Now I want to infuse faith into them so that fear would be removed. There are a lot of people that are walking around afraid of things and you don't know it. Most women are dealing with fear in their week one way or another, and that's an amazing thing. And men don't know that because men don't have the same issue. Men don't walk around a lot of time in fear. You know, we'll come out of a store and we'll walk right to our car, never even think about it. But that's not how a woman will walk. She got to look all around her, check her environment, okay? Because she's not always safe. We don't even give it another thought. So that's not a thing that even comes across our mind because we don't have that fear, you see? But a woman has to deal with that fear. So I can speak to that fear. So if I can speak to that from faith, you see, now at some point I can pretty much ask what I want. Okay? Is this helping anybody so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Amen. So, okay, let's go here. So, if you have, this is the three steps. You really want to catch this. If you got a good product only, you're going to make some money. Okay, by the way, do we have a good product?
Yes, we do.
We have one of the best products that is out there. There is nothing out there that can almost touch our product. Okay, now, good marketing plus a good product adds up to more money. Okay. When you are an expert, when the people trust you, plus good marketing, plus a good product, it's over the top. So watch. Many of you will find yourself in between the last two, in between the last two lines. When people see you are an expert and a trusted figure, they will want your opinion. They will ask you what they should do or what they should buy or where they should go or what they should be and what business they should be involved in. They will ask you those questions because they trust you. Okay? So the main thing you got to develop is trust, which is the reason why you don't want to offer a product to anybody for a while. Okay. And you may think that's why I said you got to keep doing your old school way of recruiting until your engine of your new way of recruiting actually catch up because you got to give away a lot. You have to give away a lot. Okay. You got to give away where, usually there is not a lot of videos that Myron Golden does that I don't want to see, and I want to look at his videos because he's giving away content. But when you realize that he has an entire business of and information that he have not even shared with anyone online, and he's making millions of dollars. Um, and all he's doing online is giving away great information. Matter of fact, he said it many times. He said, if you just do what I've told you online, you can become rich. You don't even have to get my product or get my course or connect with me. You don't have to do any of that. But he have high ticket items, high ticket items, you know. So but people trust him. And he built an entire business around the Bible and business. The whole thing is the Bible and business. So I realized if he did that around the Bible and business, I definitely can do it around faith. You see? So that was mine. You got to figure out what yours will be. Okay? So people want to be led to the answer. Please, if you don't write nothing else down, please write this down. People want to be led to the answer. They want someone they can turn to. It might as well be you. They are looking for leadership. There is a leadership vacuum in our society. They are looking for leadership. Most people in this society, because of the internet and all of the social media, have become followers. They're not necessarily leaders. Okay. So, like Oprah, when your product is you, no one can compete because there is only one of you. So, look at this. If you sell supplement, position yourself as a nutritional expert or guide who can help people lose weight, relieve ailments, and get healthy. So what is necessary, guys, is there has to be such research. You got to cut some stuff out of your life. You got to give yourself over to researching certain things. So you know what product we have. Every one of our products, you could research that without, listen now, without dealing with the patches. So, for instance, I did an entire research on glutathione. You when you research the glutathione and you hear other people talk about glutathione and you see what that we have a patch that can reactivate glutathione in your body, you'll go out, listen, you'll be telling everybody about glutathione because glutathione is such an amazing chemical that's in your body. You need glutathione. And we got a glutathione patch. So you got to check out what is glutathione. And if you don't, you can't call me, Bishop, where should I put the glutathione patch? Bishop, what does the glutathione do? And as Pastor Blue told me the other day, hey man, say that word for me. Other than that drink is glutathione. So yeah, you're supposed to know all about it. You got to research every one of them. When I got into LifeWave, the first thing I did was research everything that was there. I needed to know all of those patches. I needed to know what Eon was about. I needed to listen to David and see what he was saying. I needed to know all of that. So you got to take some things out. You got to take some television out. You got to take some of that out. You got to take some free time that going doing frivolous whatever. You got to take it out just to get yourself knowing what you're talking about. Okay? And what I wanted to do and I will do, I'll show you, but I will not only do that, I will show people the other videos. See, I want people to see what somebody else is saying about glutathione that's not attached to LifeWave. You see, they don't even know LifeWave exists. There's a guy I listen to, he talks about stem cell reproduction and how to reproduce your stem cells. I love listening to him. But he got a supplement. I don't want this supplement. I got a patch. I ain't got to take the pill. I got a patch. But the information he gives about stem cell, he's been in the stem cell area for over 20 years. I want to know what he's saying. You see? I'm drinking right now some cocoa, not the regular, not Nestle's. Cocoa that will increase your stem cells. See, cocoa increases your stem cells. Nobody told me that. I didn't know that. So if I'm wearing a patch that's doing it, I'm drinking the cocoa, that should help my stem cells even increase the more. Y'all catch that?
Yes, sir.
See? So now I got more than just LifeWave to tell them about stem cells. I know about stem cells. You should know about stem cells. You should check out and see if there's a stem cell clinic in your city. And then you should check out and see it, how much do they charge? You see? You got to check and see how much they charge. Because why? You got an affordable alternative. All right. So soon they will realize that working with you directly on your team is probably better than not being on your team if you continue to selflessly provide value to them. The more you give them, because that's the other thing about Myron. Myron, he recruits people without recruiting people. People want to be on his team, and you can do that. You can do that. You can literally be on Myron's team. You can pay to be on Myron's team. All right. All right. So imagine that you have your prospects pay you before they decide to join your business. Isn't that amazing? They're paying you to be on your team. Why? Because of what you do. So essentially, what you are doing in this scenario is attracting new distributors to you rather than chasing them. Hence, the term attraction marketing is where we got this from. Okay. So before look, I got several more slides tonight. So before I go any further, well, let me do this one first. So and then let's talk. Serve them first. That's what we've been talking about. Watch this. But what if I don't have time to be teaching and bunch of people things I'm barely learning myself? I have a full-time job. I have to show the plan, follow up, and more. Remember that? I got to show the plan, follow up, and more. What's that called? What's that? That's the old school way, right? I got to
Yes,
do
sir.
all this stuff. So what if I don't have time? What if I don't have time? You got to make time. You got to change your priorities so that you can learn. So you said, how can I teach them about stuff I don't know myself? That's why you got to learn it. But I promise you, in most cases, you know more than the person that you're going to be helping because they don't want to do no work either. Okay. So before I go any further, all right, talk to me so far. What are you hearing? And what questions or comments do you have?
Uh, I got one question, Bishop. I checked my email, but I didn't get the email. You said
I sent it to you, but I will send it again.
okay, because I just looked at it.
Okay.
Did you send it through email or through text?
I sent it to email. You didn't get it, Blue,
Okay.
because I didn't know you were gonna be here tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
Just put your email in the chat. Okay. Apostle, put yours in the chat too, but I thought I got yours right off of the LifeWave site. So I thought you were in there. So
Yeah, Vernon Whitaker 65 at gmail.com.
yeah, put
Yeah.
it in there anyway. So I'll send it to you directly.
Okay.
Okay. What else, guys? Come on, talk to me.
Well, so the part about the speak to people's problems first,
Yeah.
and what problem are you trying to solve, and when you solve the problem, solve it boldly, because people want to be led to the answer.
Yeah.
So that was when you were saying that part was resonating with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Vernon, check your spam, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it was a corporate email, so it might have gone into spam. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Anyone else?
The creativity in marketing and approach. I mean, for example, um, one of the gentlemen that potentially might be joining on my team, he brought up the idea about setting up a kiosk approach. Number one, and the more and more, me knowing me and my style, you know, I'm utilizing that, and like you said, you're gonna have to give away a lot of product and a lot of information,
Mm-hmm.
which through those mechanisms, like a kiosk, is easy to do, and people can actually see, feel, and touch the product, test the product, and then there's a visual effect.
Yes.
Is where my mind is going. Um, and like I have a concession trailer that I'd never used and it's never been outfitted. So in my mind, I'm thinking kind of really going that way and pushing and branding that whole piece. So, like you said, you just have to study the product and just, and get your head in the books for a minute.
Yes.
You know, before you even expect to make any money is the way I feel. But I'm wearing the patch now, so I'll be able to give some personal testimony.
Yeah. Right. And especially with what you're doing, your energy level, you can check your energy level and all of that,
Yeah. So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, good. Excellent. All right. Katora, what you got? I see a question all on your face. I see your face full of stuff. You won't unmute to tell me. Come on, tell me.
I'm trying to think of how I want to. So, where should we start specifically honing in on our research? Like you said, I forgot the word that you used, but you said that you learned specifically about that. So,
Yeah.
is there any
I
area
learned
or certain?
well, we got 11 different patches. So I learned about each one of the patches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to start by knowing your product.
Okay. So if I want to specifically just do, well, not just specifically, but the X39, I need to research that one to the T to, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to find everything about the X39 on YouTube that you can find.
Okay.
Okay. And it's in your back office as well. So you can look at a whole lot of different videos. And David is out there explaining the X39 tremendously. So you can go and check out what David is saying concerning the X39 and just write down, take your notes. Okay.
Okay.
And know what it's doing. Okay. And most of the testimonies is connected to X39. Okay. Now, the other thing is, guys, for just to think about that for a moment, you got to realize that it's who can tell me why it's called the X39?
39th attempt worked.
That's right. It was 38 different fails. And on the 39th time it worked. So that's why it's called X39. And that's the same thing for the X49. 48 times it failed. On the 49th time it worked.
Wow.
Okay. And so that is what was patented because it worked. And that's a lot of research. You see? So I think that's important for somebody to know sometime too. Say, look, this wasn't just something that just came off the shelf. They spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to find what frequency would go back into your body and turn your copper peptides on, as well as your stem cells. That's amazing. Okay? So, see what you learned tonight? You didn't even know you were going to learn that, did you? So the internet has given us new abilities as network marketers and allowed us to leverage technology to build better, faster, and easier than ever before. All right. and we got to learn how to use it. And most network marketers don't know how to use it and are not taught to use it, because most network marketers are taught the old school way: recruit, follow up, recruit, call, invite, share, follow up, recruit, and I don't mind it. That's why everybody tell you to get the list of 100 people and go through your list of 100 people, and that's why people start ghosting you because they know you calling them, you calling them about that thing. They don't know what that thing is, but they don't want you to call them about it. All right. And so they'll start ghosting you. And so that's why, and they need it. Everybody in the world needs their stem cells turned on. They don't know it. So they don't have a clue because you didn't give them enough information about it at all. So the thing that you should have done before we done anything is start educating them about stem cells. To educate them about stem cells would have been a better way of dealing with it, so that they would ask, well, then, if my stem cells are dying, how can I help that? I'm glad you asked. See, opposed to, you got to try this. This is the greatest thing for ever. And that's all the time the way we first do things because we're excited about it. But no, let me tell you about your stem cells. Did you know your stem cells are dying every day? Or going dormant every day? They're not actually dying, they're in there. No, I never thought about that. Did you know you have stem cells? Yeah. And then say, look, I found a video about stem cells. I'm gonna send it to you. Not about LifeWave. Find somebody else talking about stem cells and send them that. Send them some that ain't even talking about LifeWave at all. And they said, well, that was pretty interesting. That was amazing. So, man, I need my stem cells to be reactivated. Yeah, one way they're doing that is through, for us, we're saying through abortions and all of that. They're taking them, the umbilical cords, and they're taking all of that stuff, the placentas. They're using all that from aborted babies and using their stem cells. And I'm not for that. No, me either. Wouldn't it be? It'd be great if we had a way to. It'd be great if we had a way to turn your stem. I'm glad you said that. But I just happened to find something. You see, it's a whole lot different than me just trying to ram this thing down your throat. Is that making any sense? I'm
Yeah.
trying to help. I'm trying to help. Come on, Brittany. Is this helping you?
Yeah, it actually is. It's a different approach than what I was initially using.
Yeah, much different. But you already set up, and I'll get to you in a few.
Okay.
All right. So you can get new customers by the click of a button with an email marketing, getting your message to thousands of people, all for practically free. Jesus. You can use Facebook and other platforms as your personal mind reading machine so that you can get targeted at people looking specifically for what you have. You can turn your small home business into a global empire in months with international advertising. And you're going to have to think about at some point moving from an organic situation to an advertising model. Okay? All right? You got that? All
Yeah.
right. So people in other countries are already in other opportunities, may not be able to join your opportunity, but they can still use your expertise and you're willing and are you willing to pay, and are they willing to pay to learn? Because you can still charge them something to learn because this is monetizing your list. We'll talk more about that later. No question about it. You can educate and continue building your customer list 24/7, even while you sleep. And so you could become, watch this. They're talking about just networking your product, but what happens around the world when you're talking about what you're talking about? What your business is about, what your business is about, not what LifeWave is about. You got to be thinking of what your business is about, not what LifeWave is about. So that brings us to chapter 3 here, how to brand your business and get thousands of people to trust your every word. You must brand yourself. You must brand yourself. You can't just be part of your business. Your business must be part of you. You need to understand something critical about what separates the rich networker from the broke networker. The real value and asset in your home business is not the product you promote, nor the MLM company you signed up with. It can't even be so. The real access in your real business is you. You are the brand. So you have to determine what your company is called. What your company is called. You are the brand. Okay? I don't want to listen to me close, really close now. I don't want to see your face again unless you come back and tell me what your brand is. Don't come back looking at me. This ain't just some information I'm throwing out here just to be throwing out. No, I need you to go to work. So you got to figure out, who am I? What am I? What's my company? What am I branding? Who, and how do I use my brand to now get LifeWave to people? I need to know your name. I need all that. You know mine. You're looking at mine right behind me. So tomorrow on Wednesday, every Wednesday at noon, I have a faith infusion training on YouTube for a half hour every Wednesday. Then listen to me, every week on my podcast, Faith Infusion Learning to Please God, you can find it where you get your local podcast. Glory to God. Every week, my podcast is out there. Now we're about starting to do a real serious campaign in shorts to put it out there about how to develop faith and destroy fear. See, everything is being branded so that I'm putting out so much content that I'll be able to say, hey, by the way, if you really want to increase your life, I got a way that you can do that. You see that? See? Just tagging. All you do is tag it. All you do is tag it. Now, Kiki, come on stream. I hope you did your hair. All right. Y'all see Kiki?
Nope.
Can they see you, Key?
Don't see me.
I see you.
Can you see her? Everybody see her?
Don't.
No.
All right, I'm gonna stop the share. Can you see her now?
I see you. Oh, yes, you.
Okay.
That's
All right.
Bishop.
All right. All right. I got it. I got it now. I'm gonna unpin me. I'm gonna just let you be pinned.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Yes. Hi, Key. How you doing?
Hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kiki is a content producer, or not producer, but content
Creator?
creator. She works for me, but she also under serious twisting of the arm made her start her own company, and so she literally helped people um, get their content on all of the platforms. Okay. So if you don't know how to do some of this stuff, you say, I don't know how to get that out there that fat, or how to get on YouTube, or how to get on Instagram, or how to get on TikTok. You're looking at the woman who can get you there. So, Key, could you tell them really quick about who you are and what you're doing? By the way, we put out a short today. I think it's over 600 now. Have you
Not
seen it?
sure. No, I haven't looked at it.
Yeah. We put a short out real late this afternoon, and when I looked at it, it was at 400. It was over 400 actually. And then I look back at it, it was at five something. So, and this is, I didn't put it out there. This woman put it out there for me. Okay. She handles all of my stuff, so that we can advance in life. So, tell them, Key.
Well, first, I wanted to speak to the solving the problem aspect that you're talking about,
Yes.
because sometimes that could look confusing. So, say in the beginning, he's talking about building your brand, um, creating trust and creating credibility without selling the patch, right? And sometimes that might even look like not even talking about the patch at first. You just strictly want to create trust and credibility with your audience. You might have the patch on, they might see it all the time, which is key, because then they're gonna point it out. Like, what is that you're always wearing, right? But so it's like, okay, if I not selling the product, I'm not even talking about the product, how am I solving somebody's problem in
Mm.
your personal brand, right? And sometimes solving a problem can just really look like vulnerability. So telling your testimony about whatever say you're really good at budgeting right now and you learned this, that, and the third. So you're gonna go and you're gonna tell about your struggles with money, your struggles with budgeting, your struggles with paying what rent or your bills or whatever that looks like because of what you were doing, not um because of what you were doing, right? So you're solving their problem just by being vulnerable. So now they're like, oh, I have someone that has been through something that I've been through. They have what I need because one, I'm relating to them right now. That's solving somebody's problem. They like relatable content, people that they can relate to. So now they're relating to you. Now they're gonna lock in because now they're gonna like, oh, they're gonna give me more value.
Mhm.
Also, I trust them because they've been where I've been. So it can be solving a problem can be as simple as just being vulnerable, getting on social media and opening up, showing them the real you, being yourself, is going to get people to connect with you. And then over time, you can talk about the patch. You can talk about, this, that, and the third. Now I trust you. Now I know you personally a little bit that I feel like I trust with what you have to say. So yeah.
Yep. Good. So how do they, you're gonna put in the chat how they can get in touch with you, because some people don't know how to upload or whatever they do, and you can have a consultation with them to now walk them through some of that and, see how they might be able to get your services if they need your services. Okay.
Yes. I will put my email in the chat for you.
Yeah.
And you can reach out to me via that way. And I'll help you guys I'll walk you guys through it. I have a servant's heart, so it's not usually all about money. Like consultation, I'll do it for free. I will show you the how, even giving you strategic things to implement. If you want to move forward, then we can talk about moving forward. But definitely, if you're struggling, if you don't know where to start, don't hesitate reaching out to me based off of money.
Yeah. And and again, yeah, that's right. And so what she will do, she can share that with you. But if you want to, hire her services, then it is some money, but it's not what you would have to pay a lot of other people. Okay. Um, but she is good at what she does. So you want somebody on your team like that. Okay. And by the way, anything you pay her is a business expense anyway. By the way, Key is 662 views so far. And that's
I expect it to go higher. You get usually, and also, like usually tell people, don't get caught up in the numbers as well.
yeah,
Especially in the beginning because they're going to look low. If you let them sit for at least 48 hours,
yeah.
they'll move. So
Yeah,
don't get
this particular one probably if it's where it is now, it's gonna do pretty well. So but again, we're not worried about them. We were really running numbers for a while because we were trying to get monetized. Okay. But then, once you get monetized, you just okay, we're there. monetize mean that YouTube pays you. So if you get the right following, you're going to also get paid by YouTube. Okay. So now that's another resource that's coming in there to you. Okay. All right. Because you're going to get paid by YouTube as well. All right. And most people don't understand that. All right. Everybody good? I can't believe my time is gone and I'm not finished yet. But it ain't but a couple more slides. Can y'all stay for a couple of more minutes?
Sure, Bishop.
Okay. All right. So let me share back my screen with you. Okay, good. I want you to check this out. This is amazing right here. In a world where more than look at that number. That's how many content creators churn out. My goodness. 4.8, right? Boo, billion. All right, so they putting out all this content. You got to compete with that content. You see some of these names down here. Ronaldo down here, you see, he is a soccer player. He's a soccer player. His profession is a soccer player, but he's an influencer on YouTube. Jimmy Fallon, as you guys know, but I showed you Mr. Beast last week. All right. So these people are, and then you got teenager influencers that making millions. You got teenagers that making millions of dollars on YouTube. Teenagers that's making millions of dollars on YouTube. All right. Because they have serious following. So I want to, so when you start thinking about this, you say, oh, wow, how do I break into that? Let me give you these and we'll get ready to get out of here. The 7 social media myth. There are 7 of them. Extensive experience is necessary for social media success. That is not true. Not true at all. We could dive into each one of these, but I can't. You don't have much time. Success on social media requires high costs and large teams. Not at all. Actually, actually, this thing right here is more than enough. This iPhone is more than enough to go viral on social media. This thing right here, just putting it in front of your face. Okay. Um, the short that we're gonna upload tomorrow, I did it on the way to church on Sunday, holding my phone in my car. 2 minutes. You want it short. Okay. You must be on every social media platform. Not true. Not true. Frequent posting guarantees social media virality. Nope. My business isn't sexy enough to go viral. Nope. Hashtags guarantee visibility. Nope. Hashtags is the little dollars, little number sign that you put in front. Nope. Okay. And all of this stuff is basically, as you look at it, is luck. It ain't luck. Ain't none of this stuff luck. I know most people think it is luck, though. So it's pure luck. Nope. Not luck at all. It's a science, by the way. By the way, your real business is your brand, your face, your vitality, your confidence, your enthusiasm, your skills, and your solution. See that? We must serve others, serving people's problems, building relationship, and providing ongoing value. You become a high value individual. And when you are, you can then name your price for whatever you are selling or promoting. Okay? Why? You're putting yourself in a position of servant leadership, as John Maxwell talks about. The true secret, the true secret is that by helping everyone else get what they want, you get everything you want and much more by helping everybody else to get what they want. What we are really talking about is creating You Inc. Got it? Meaning that you as a person and you and the value you can bring to others as an individual should be your business. That's what you should be posting on Facebook. That's what you should be posting on YouTube, especially on Facebook. If you don't have the business page, Key can show you how to do that, but you must have a business page. Your friends page will treat you like your friends will treat you, where they'll take it or leave it. They won't respond. They won't, they'll hit the thumbs up. I have literally told people not to just say like or to say something or not to just hit the thumbs up. And what do you think they did? Exactly what I told them not to do. Okay. I said, make a comment. Don't just say, I was putting out the Faith Infusion stuff online in my personal Facebook page. And I did it for 69 days straight. 69. That's why I wrote the book. I wrote the book. I didn't write the book first. I didn't have no book. I wrote this book. God told me to write this book. So I wrote this book because of the fact that the people online didn't appreciate getting it for free. Because I was giving them everything in this book every day. They were able to read every day a faith message, and they would get pictures and everything. I was working on that thing. And I said, look, I just needed them to just respond and tell me how I was doing and all that kind of stuff. You think they did it? No, because it's not designed for them to do it. It's designed for people to show you what you're eating, where you went on vacation, your dog and your cat doing stuff. That's what it's designed for. But the business page is designed different. Okay, people that connect to your business page usually respond because it's from your business page that you can run ads. And we will talk to you about running ads later. So, what I need for you to do what I need for you to do by Thursday, I need you to put together a little clip of what you want to put out. Just 1 or 2 minutes as a short. I need you to put that out. I need you to put that out. I need you to send it to me by Thursday. That's your price of admission on Thursday. Okay, and you don't want to miss Thursday because we're going deeper and deeper. I hope this has been good for you. I hope you've enjoyed. Okay. All right. So
Making this work, Bishop.